Hello, guys. Boa noite a todos. Estamos ao vivo. Alguns probleminhas técnicos aí, por isso demoramos um pouquinho para entrar na live. Agora estamos na live. Vou chamar a professora Lia, tá? Meu nome é Luciano. Eu vou ficar de ajudante aqui para vocês, para ajudar vocês a entender um pouco mais sobre a gramática, sobre o vocabulário, sobre o inglês, sobre até a pronúncia dela também, ajudar vocês nesse lado aqui do Brasil, enquanto ela fala dos Estados Unidos. Vou convidá-la aqui para a nossa aula. Só um minutinho para a gente já começar. Chamando. Perfeito.
Hi.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Sorry for the delay. Yes, we were have a technical problem here.
Okay.
Now it's going to start the class. We are live on YouTube, okay? So people can already watch us.
Okay, great.
So as I spoke before, I'm going to talk a little bit in English, a little bit in Portuguese, to help everybody to understand you better.
Yes.
Galera, então essa é a professora Lia, e ela vai estar com a gente hoje, e hoje ela que comanda a aula. Então eu estou aqui mais para ajudar vocês a entender tanto a pronúncia dela, quanto algumas explicações, e também vamos enfatizar algumas pronúncias no inglês, tá? Então hoje essa é a nossa aula. Lia?
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. My name is Leah Dorsey Tompkins. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States.
Nice. So ela está com a gente direto da Pensilvânia, galera. E aí vamos ver como é que funciona a pronúncia, tá? O speaking de nativo. Aí vocês já vão treinando o listening de vocês. Great. So I just explained everybody where you're from, and I just give some introduction about yourself. And now, when you feel comfortable, when you feel ready, let's start the class.
All right. All right. Okay, let's get this in presenter mode. And so today we are going to use simple present forms of English to practice introductions.
Great. So, vamos falar um pouco de simple present, galera. Tudo bem? Vamos falar de presente simples. Vou deixar a explicação com ela e aí eu vou reforçando alguns pontos aqui para vocês.
Very good. Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. The first thing we're going to talk about are words that are in the affirmative. Now, a word in the affirmative means that it is something that is so. It is a positive, and it is so. The first one we'll do is talk about the person I, and then you would use the affirmative am. So if you are talking about yourself, you would say I am and your name. So I am Pedro, or I am Leah. The next is, go ahead.
So in this part, just a little bit of translation for everybody. Estamos falando aqui sobre o verbo to be, tá? Então eu vou esperar um pouco ela explicar tudo, depois eu volto com vocês e passo um pouquinho a cada ponto, que acho que fica mais fácil para vocês entenderem. I will let you finish, and I go in the end. I think it's a better way to do.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So you also have verbs, which are action words. And these words complement the noun. So if you say she is Claudia, a complement completes the meaning of an expression. So you have to have a complement in your sentence. So far we have I am Pedro, she is Claudia. You can also have what's called possessive adjectives with nouns. That would be something like they are Pedro and Claudia. So when you're talking about more than one person, you would use the word they are.
Great. So here she talked about, então aqui ela falou um pouco sobre o verbo to be, tá? Então o and é o verbo to be do o I que seria o eu no caso, para quem já aprendeu um pouco do verbo to be aqui é mais uma lembrança referente a isso. Essa parte é bem estruturada, mas para vocês verem como funciona, onde está o verbo to be, aonde está o sujeito. Em seguida dele vem um complemento. Então, I am Pedro, Pedro seria o complemento, Cláudia é o complemento, and, is, and are, verbo to be. E o sujeito no começo. Eu, ela e eles.
Very good. Now, another form of English that we use is something called contractions. When you use contractions, you are shortening the form of two words into one. When you shorten the form of two words into one, you take away a letter or letters and replace it with this little mark called an apostrophe. So instead of saying, I am Leah, I could say, I'm. Instead of saying, he is Pedro, you could say, he's Pedro. She is will become she's. As you see, we're taking away the E, or I'm sorry, not the E, the I, and replacing it with an apostrophe. It is becomes its. You are becomes your. They are becomes their. We are becomes we're. So you would say, I'm Paulo, or I am Paulo. You could say, he's tired, or he is tired. You could say, she's happy, or she is happy. You're angry, or you are angry. We're students, or we are students. They're Pedro and Claudia, or they are Pedro and Claudia.
Great. So, agora eu vou falar um pouquinho, vou explicar um pouco mais para vocês. Aqui ela terminou, estava fazendo um story aqui para chamar a galera do Instagram também. Então, aqui é o seguinte. Assim como foi explicado anteriormente, nós temos o verbo to be, né? Que seria o ser ou o estar, no caso. O I am, o he is, tá? E no caso, you, they, we, are. Esses seriam os verbos to be de cada sujeito, no caso. Então, I, eu, ele, ela, o it seria para animais ou coisas, tá? No português seria o ele ou ela, nós poderíamos utilizar. No caso, o verbo to be do and, is, and are seria sou, estar ou é, depende muito do contexto. E aqui nós temos algumas frases. I'm Paul, então eu sou Paulo. Então, no caso, você só substituiria, colocaria o seu nome, no caso, se fosse fazer uma apresentação. He's tired, está cansado. He's happy, está feliz. You're angry, está com raiva, você está com raiva. We are students, nós somos estudantes. And they are Pedro e Cláudia, eles são Pedro e Cláudia. Então, no caso, nós podemos utilizar ele de forma por extensa, como I am, ou de forma contraída, como I. E eu vou deixar ele explicar aqui, que aí vocês vão vendo a pronúncia também e aprendendo com ela. I think I'm done.
Okay, once again, here are the contractions. I am, I'm, he is, he's, she is, she's, it is, it's, you are, you're, they are, they're, we are, we're. And the letter is replaced with an apostrophe. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is how we can replace a person's name with a pronoun. So instead of saying Carlos is a teacher, we could say he, and we're referring to Carlos, is a teacher. So we could say he is a teacher. Instead of saying Bruna is late, as long as everyone knows who the she is that we're referring to, you could say she is late. Bruna is she. Now, if you're talking about more than one person, as in Laura and I are students, Laura and I can be replaced with the pronoun we. We are students, okay? Brazil is a place. So you can replace the word Brazil with the word it. Instead of Brazil is big, you can say it is big, and you're referring to Brazil.
Perfect. Então aqui é simplesmente a forma de você substituir. Esse replace que ela fala é simplesmente substituir o sujeito, no caso, que nós temos Carlos, he, Bruna por she, and Laura and I, we, nós, and Brasil, it, porque Brasil é um país. Então, no caso, it ele faz essa função.
Very good. Okay, now is a time that you can practice. So take a few minutes to practice filling in the blanks. So where it says you, if this was a blank, Vanessa, then you would add the word are. You are Vanessa. What would you put for Mark? Mark blank happy. What would go there? Take a few minutes to practice.
Bom, então aqui vocês vão levar alguns minutos para praticar, colocar simplesmente em prática o que ela acabou de explicar. Como nós falamos anteriormente, referente ao verbo to be de cada sujeito, aqui é agora a hora de vocês colocarem em prática. Lembrem do nome. Então, Mark. Qual seria o sujeito de Mark? Você identificou o sujeito de Mark, qual seria o verbo to be desse sujeito? Então, nesse caso, você identificando, você já consegue achar o verbo to be. You are. Então, nesse caso, nós completamos com are. Mas o que seria o are? Como é que seria o she? Como é que seria o I? Aqui vocês colocam o verbo to be de acordo com o sujeito que nós temos. Vamos dar alguns minutos para vocês completarem, coisa de 2 a 3 minutos. E vamos continuar a live. So, let's give him some minutes, like 2 minutes here, and after we come back.
Okay.
For now, I'm going to do some Instagram on the page and invite people to the live.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's fine. It's already a good time.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so let's go over these. So we have you are Vanessa. The next is Mark is happy. She is Camilla. I am the manager. They are students. Luana and Lais are hungry. We are cold. Gabriella is from Australia. New York is a big city. I am Pedro. We are tired. He is sick. Italy is beautiful. Santos is a small city. Apples are red.
Perfect. So, aqui simplesmente foi essa resposta que ela deu para cada sujeito, que nós identificamos aqui, em frente à resposta de cada, o verbo to be de cada um. Nós vamos escrever aqui só para ficar um pouco mais visual para vocês. Sobre apples, é meio tricky nesse caso, né? Uma coisa um pouquinho que muitas pessoas se confundem, muitos alunos se confundem. Que é o caso do apple, por ser plural, no caso, ele vai ser are. Por mais que apple seja uma coisa, né? Usaríamos no caso it. Por ser apples, ele muda para they, porque é plural. E aí, no caso, o verbo to be dele vai ficar o are.
Okay, very good. Next, we talked about positive. Next, we will talk about negative. How to say that things are not. How to say that they are not. Subject, you'll have the subject, the verb to be, not, and the complement. And remember, the complement must be there to complete the meaning of the sentence. So instead of I am Pedro, I would say I am not Pedro. So you have the subject, the verb to be, not, and the complement. Let's try another one. She is not Claudia. So you have the subject, the verb to be, not, and the complement. They, so you have more than one. They are not Pedro and Claudia. Okay. Now let's try contractions with not, with the negative. Contractions. I'm not. So instead of I am not, you would say I'm not. You would also say he, she, or it not. It's. That means it is not. She is not. He is not. You take away the I, replace it with the apostrophe. Okay? You also can say isn't. He isn't. She isn't. It isn't. If you're talking about more than one, you would say you, they, or we. Apostrophe R-E, not. So you could say aren't. You're not. They're not. We we're not. Let's try some sentences. Instead of I am not Paulo, you can say I'm not Paulo. Bruna is not tired. Bruna isn't tired. You're not angry. You aren't angry. So you can use either one. You are not or you are not. Either way, you're getting that contraction. You're not sick. You aren't sick. We're not hungry. We aren't hungry. Either way is correct. They're not Pedro and Claudia. They aren't Pedro and Claudia.
Então, aqui é o seguinte, o microfone estava mudo antes, eu não consegui explicar. Eu expliquei, mas aconteceu que não saiu nada aqui. Então, explicando um pouquinho, novamente, referente ao not. Not é simplesmente para você negativar a frase. Então, você acrescenta o not depois do verbo to be, tá? E simplesmente você negativa a frase, simplesmente acrescentando o not. Aqui são as contrações que você utiliza para ele. Então, você pode simplesmente colocar o apóstrofo, igual você fez a contração no positivo e acrescentar o not, ou simplesmente você acrescentar o isn't, ao invés da primeira contração. Então, essa é uma forma de contrair o negativo e é muito utilizado pelos nativos. Então, aproveitem essas partes de quando ela, no caso, faz a pronúncia da frase, para você simplesmente treinar a sua pronúncia também, que é um caso de você melhorar o seu inglês ainda mais.
Thank you. Now is another opportunity to practice. Let's practice changing the affirmative sentences into negative sentences. Instead of she is happy, she's not happy. So you have the contraction for she is and the negative. Not. She's not happy. Take a few minutes to practice. Practice adding the negative along with the contraction.
Agora é a vez de vocês colocarem em prática o que vocês aprenderam. Nesse caso, você tem a frase positiva, e agora você só tem que transformar ela em negativa. Vamos dar alguns minutos para você tentar responder esse exercício. Depois, vamos trabalhar com a correção. So let's just give me like 1 minute, 2 minutes to then.
Okay.
And we can come back.
All right.
Okay, I think we can correct it now.
Okay, let's go over it. You are angry. Now let's change it to negative. You are, or you can say you're not angry. You put the you and are together, make it a contraction. You're not angry. He is Caio. He's not Caio. So it would be H-E, forgive my printing, apostrophe S. He's not Caio. The next one, I am a student. The negative, I'm not a student. Put I and am together and say I'm. Marcella is tired. Marcella's not tired. Pedro and Diego are sick. They're not sick. We are hungry. We're not hungry. Terry is cold. Terry's not cold. I am Bruno. I'm not Bruno. Ted is a dog. Ted's not a dog.
Perfect. I think it's very simple. You explained well. I think they don't need my help anymore.
Okay. Now you're going to practice making positive and negative sentences using the information in parentheses. So whatever word is in parentheses, you'll use that for your sentence. She is tired. It, not a dog. How would you answer that? You would say, it's not a dog.
Perfect.
Okay, let's take it. Do you want them to take a few minutes or take a minute?
Sure. I think minutes is already good. Then 1 minute to finish that. And I'll
Okay.
come back.
Okay.
Vamos pegar 1 minuto para terminar essa atividade. Depois voltamos com a explicação, com a resposta e vamos para a próxima parte. Caso tenha alguma dúvida, vocês podem escrever no chat. E demora um pouquinho por causa do delay do YouTube, mas vamos responder. Yes, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Good.
All righty. So now you can say you have he and angry. You can say he is angry, or you can say he's angry. Either or. We and not students. We are not students, or we're not students. Marcos and not a girl. Marcos is not a girl. Or Marcos, you'd have the apostrophe here. Marcos, actually you'd still have to say is not a girl. Get rid of that. Julia and Fernanda. Since it's two of them, it's they are hungry or they're hungry. You have they and happy. They are happy. We and friends. You could say we are friends or we're friends. I and Carlos. I am Carlos. Or you could say I'm, where you would have the I, apostrophe, M. She, not Brenda. She is not Brenda, or she's not Brenda.
Perfect. I think it's very clear now.
Good.
Agora está muito mais tranquilo para entender, né?
Now let's ask some questions. Interrogative means it's a question. So let's try it. You're going to have the verb to be, the subject, and the complement, plus a question mark. Am I Pedro? And your voice inflects. It goes up just a little bit at the end. So if you see a question mark here, make your voice go up just a little bit. Am I Pedro? Is she Claudia? Are they Pedro and Claudia? It's like you're pointing. Are they Pedro and Claudia?
Yeah, this is something that is very complicated for Brazilians because we don't have to change the verb to be. Então, essa parte é um pouquinho complicada para a gente por causa do verbo to be. Como vocês podem ver aqui, o verbo to be ele muda de posição. Então, no caso, o verbo to be não afirmativo ele fica depois do sujeito, mas nesse caso ele vem para o começo da frase. No português é simplesmente a nossa pergunta. Eu sou Pedro, ela é Cláudia, então é simplesmente essa pergunta. Mas aqui nós temos que fazer essa inversão. Se você não fizer essa inversão, não fica uma questão, em si uma afirmação. Então, tomem cuidado com isso. Ela vai explicar um pouco melhor, foquem em entender a pronúncia dela e até repetir. Okay? I think I'm done here.
Okay. All right. Again, we're working on interrogative, which is question. Verb to be, the subject and the complement. So practice reading with me. Am I Paulo? Is he tired? Is she angry? Are you sick? Are you students? Are they Pedro and Claudia? Now there's time for more practice. You will complete each question with the verb to be. So here's an example. Are you Bruna? What would you put here? Blank, he, Lucas. How about is? Is he Lucas? Is she angry? Take a few minutes to practice.
Ok. Aqui vocês vão praticar questões. Alguns minutos aqui para vocês praticarem e colocarem o verbo to be. Let's go. Now it's easy.
Okay. Go through. Okay. Is she?
Let's give them 1 minute, and after
okay.
We can just give the correction.
All right.
Because I was speaking to them, but I was speaking English, so it's like a bit confused. Yeah. Okay, I think we can go.
Okay. All right. So we've stopped right here with is she angry? The next is he a manager? Are you students? Are they friends? Is he Carlos? Is it a dog? Is Australia a big city? Am I Pedro? Is she tired? Are they sick? Is Santos beautiful? Are apples green? Now you're going to change the sentences into an interrogative sentence. So you're going to change it so that it makes it a question. So instead of she is happy, is she not happy? You are angry. Are you angry? Take a minute and change these into questions.
was mute again.
Yeah.
Então, vamos dar alguns minutos aqui para vocês terminarem. No caso, você tem que transformar em afirmativo e interrogativo. Tá? Então, alguns minutinhos aqui para vocês terminarem essas frases e estarem transformando o afirmativo em questões.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Let's go.
All right. Let's continue. He is Kaio. The question would be, is he Kaio? Is he Kaio? I am a student. I am a student? Marcella is tired. She is tired. Or is she tired? You could say. Marcella is tired. So you could say her name or the pronoun. Pedro and Thiago are sick. You could say Pedro and Thiago are sick, or are they sick with a question mark. We are hungry. Are we hungry? If you're talking to a group, are we hungry? Terry is cold. You could say, is he cold? Or is Terry cold? I am Bruno. I'm Bruno? Or I am Bruno? Ted is a dog. Is Ted a dog?
Is it very normal to say, is it a dog in America?
Yeah, you could say that, is it a dog? Or if you know the dog's name, if you know the animal is Ted, hi, this is Ted. And you look at it, is Ted a dog?
Maybe it's like we call he or she. So
he,
for people, it's always confusing. So I always like to emphasize the situation, let's say that. Então, no inglês nós vamos falar o it para cachorro, galera. E não he ou she. Só tomem cuidado com isso.
Yeah, Americans tend to personify or humanize their pets.
Yes.
Okay. Let's practice affirmative answers, interrogative questions, and negative answers. Are you Paulo? Let's start with the question. Are you Paulo? Yes would be, yes, I am. Or, no, I'm not. I'm not Paulo. Is he from Brazil? Yes, he is. Or, no, he's not. Is she nice? Yes, she is. No, she is not. Are you my colleague? Yes, we are. We are colleagues. No, we are not. Are we classmates? Yes, we are. No, we are not. Are they Pedro and Claudia? Yes, they are. No, they're not. And we don't use contractions in the affirmative. We always say, yes, I am. Yes, he is. We don't use contractions, only with the negative. Can you use a contraction?
So aqui, galera, nós não utilizamos contrações para o afirmativo. Foi isso que ela explicou. Então, tomem muito cuidado. Toda vez que formos falar uma resposta, no caso, né, vamos utilizar a resposta yes ou no, que é yes ou no answer, no caso, nós utilizamos por extenso o afirmativo e o negativo nós podemos filtrar ele. Mas o afirmativo sempre por extenso. Ok.
Okay. Now you're going to take a minute or so to complete the short answers. You have the question, is he Marcio? Is he Marcio? You would answer, no, he's not. Are they Luis and Mario? No, they're not. Is Amy happy? what would you put here? Take a few minutes.
Vamos praticar. Agora é a hora de vocês tentarem fazer essa resposta rápida aqui. Yes or no answer. Depois nós vamos falar um pouquinho sobre a resposta. Okay, I think we can go.
All right, let's check your answers.
Let's check.
Yeah. Is Amy happy? Yes, she is. Or yes, she's happy. Is he a student? No, he isn't a student. Are you Carlos? Yes, I am. Are Camilla and Katie chefs? I'm not sure. Yes, they are. Yes, they are chefs. Are you tired? No, I'm not tired. Are you Julia? Yes, I am. Are you my students? Yes, we are. Is he sick? Yes, he is. Or yes, he's sick.
Okay, great. Is that very normal to use short answer for everything in America?
It depends. Many times if they ask a question, is he sick? You might just say yes.
Okay.
Or you might say, yes, he's sick, and repeat it back. Are you my students? Yes, we are. Or yes, we're your students. It depends upon if it's more formal or more relaxed of a conversation.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, here are some vocabulary words. Questions and answers. What's your name? Question. My name is, and you say your name, Leah. That's the answer. Another way to greet is hello, hi. So you could say hello, what's your name? Or hi, what's your name? My name is Leah. Then you could say nice to meet you or glad to meet you. And at the end, bye.
What is the best way in America? Would you say hello, hi, or nice, like nice to meet you, glad to meet you? Is that very formal?
Hello is more formal. If you're meeting someone for the first time, and especially if someone is introducing you. This is Leah, Luciano. This is Leah. Leah, this is Luciano. We might say hello. Hello, nice to meet you. If it's more informal, hi. You know, if you go to a party and you say, everyone, this is Leah. Hi, Leah. So it just depends.
Great. Então, galera, ela está explicando aqui para mim que o hello é mais formal do que o hi. O hi seria uma coisa mais informal, com seus amigos. E o hello se alguém estivesse apresentando você para outra pessoa. Então, esse hello seria um caso mais formal para você utilizar até no ambiente de trabalho, vamos dizer assim. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation.
Yes, of course. Thank you. All right, let's practice some more vocabulary words. Use the pictures to help you understand what type of job this is. And repeat after me. The first word is accountant. As you can see, an accountant is working with numbers.
So let me try to repeat. I will do the
Okay,
student part.
do each one.
Good. So the first one is accountant, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yes. Yes. The next word is Lawyer. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yes. A lawyer deals with the law and judges and courtrooms. Chef.
Chef.
Chef. A chef cooks. The hat lets you know, chef. Architect.
Architect.
Good. An architect helps to build things. Coach.
Coach.
Yes. This is a coach of a soccer team. Actor.
Actor.
Good. An actor can be in plays and movies. Artist.
Artist.
Good. An artist draws and paints. Pilot.
Pilot.
Very good.
Let me ask a question about actor. Would you say for a girl actress or
Yes.
actor?
Well, you could say either. And there was a time when actor covered both genders. Now, people will say actress, but it's not really offensive if they just say, you know, we're going to meet the actors.
Okay,
it can either way, it's fine.
And another something that always like comes actress times actor, depends the book and the material.
Yes, that's a good point. And also, sometimes the T is a little bit softer in being pronounced. So it might be a little soft. You might hear people say artist.
Artist.
Or pilot.
Pilot. Okay, so
architect.
Okay.
Right. I tend to enunciate, probably the teacher in me, so artist.
Okay, so what is better, say artist or artist?
Again, it depends on if it's formal or informal conversation. If you're in an interview, I would recommend try to enunciate very clearly. And if the sound is supposed to be pronounced, pronounce it. But if you're at a football game, soccer game or something, you might have a little bit of a softer sound to it.
Perfect. So just let's explicar pouquinho. Let me just explain to the people, yeah. Então,
yes.
Nós temos o actress, que é um feminino para ator, mas o actor também ele cobre as duas partes. Então nós poderíamos falar actor até para mulher, que não é ofensivo nesse caso. Antes chamavam actor os dois, e agora é mais comum falar actor para homem e actress para mulher. Ela falou que o T do artist and pilot é um pouco mais tranquila, quase não pronunciada. Até do architect também, depende da situação. Se for uma entrevista, ela fala para falar um pouco mais limpo, pronunciar o T. Se for um caso informal, dá uma diminuída na pronúncia do T. Ok.
Okay. You're welcome. More vocabulary words. Musician.
Musician.
Musician plays an instrument. Doctor.
Doctor.
Something to remember here is OR makes the sound. So we don't say doctor. We say doctor.
Doctor. And what about, for example, doctor? Like more British or Australian?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Nurse.
Nurse.
Banker.
Banker.
Salesperson.
Salesperson.
Teacher.
Teacher. Can you help me in that pronunciation about teacher? Because a lot of people say chi.
Okay. So do you have the T sound in Portuguese?
Yes, but it's
you do?
Yes, but it's more difficult for them because we pronounce like ch.
Yeah, it's like CH.
Yes.
Okay, so
CH in English. Perfect.
So to say the T sound, your tongue hits the roof of your mouth, well, hits the back of your two front teeth. So my tongue is right here on the other side.
Right.
Teacher. When you say,
noise, keep going.
Oh, when you say ch, so look, the mouth is different. Ch. But if I say t, my tongue is behind the two front teeth. That's the difference.
Ok, então a diferença do T aqui, galera, é simplesmente que a língua está atrás dos dentes, no céu da boca. Então esse T não é o T. Esse T no inglês seria o CH, tá? Então tomem cuidado com essa pronúncia. Seria mais T do que T. E muitas pessoas erram nisso. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Positives and negatives. If you're talking about just one, the number one, it's singular. Singular, a form of the word singular is single. Okay, so just one is singular. Plural means more than one. So two or more. Okay. Singular, I'm a student. And these are all positive. She's a teacher. He's an actor. You're a banker. So that's the positive singular. Negative. So for positive, I could put like a little plus. Positive singular. Negative singular is not. So if I use a minus sign, I'm not a student, just me. She isn't a teacher. He's not an actor. You aren't a banker. So that's one, that's singular. What if it's more than one? We're chefs. You're pilots. You are pilots. You can stand for one or more than one. And here it stands for more than one. Pilots has an S, so that helps you to know it's plural. They're writers, or they are there. You have the contraction, so you have an apostrophe. They're writers. And you have an S at the end of all of these. That shows it's plural. Here's plural with the negative. We aren't chefs, or we aren't chefs. You aren't pilots. They're not writers, or they are not writers.
And one thing that we have to be careful is with the article, yeah, about the plural and the singular. Então, uma coisa que nós temos que prestar atenção é o artigo também. Como vocês podem ver, o artigo a and an, ele segue quando ele é singular. E quando ele é plural, simplesmente eu retiro eles, né? Porque o an ele significa singularidade, e eu acrescento o plural. Então, eu transformo chef em chefs, e eu tiro o a. Só tomem cuidado com o you, porque o you ele é tanto singular quanto plural. O que vai ditar vai ser se a palavra está no plural, por exemplo, pilots, ou se tem o a e a próxima palavra está no singular. Bem. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Another thing, since you mentioned articles, that's worth bringing up is that a and an are also determined by, the use of it is determined by what is the first letter of the next word. If the first letter of the next word is a consonant, so anything other than A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y, then you'll say If the first letter after the article is a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, or sometimes Y, then you say an. So that's something else to keep in mind. Otherwise, it would be confusing. Actor. If, you know, you'd have two A's together. So the and is the difference.
Então aqui ela falou simplesmente da an and a diferença, que o a simplesmente você tem a consoante, em seguida a palavra seguinte começa com som de consoante e o próximo, e quando é an, ela começa com som vocálico. Então é isso que vocês têm que prestar atenção. We're not going to talk about the exceptions right now because I think it's
okay.
more complicated.
Very true, very true. Okay. Interrogatives and affirmative answers. Singular. Are you a banker? Yes, I am. Is she a teacher? Yes, she is. Is he an actor? Yes, he is. So these are all affirmative, yes. Are you chefs? Now we're talking about plural. Notice the S. Are you chefs? Yes, we are. They're writers. Yes, they are.
Yes, in this situation, the last one should be are they. Então, o último, no caso, o verbo to be é na frente, tá? Então, um pequeno erro ali, mas o are they writers. Então,
are na frente. Very true. This might be a little more informal.
Yes, this is
like if you're pointing
that we have. Can you say this in English, for example, or do you always change the verb to be?
Ask your question again. Can you what?
Yes. Can you, for example, ask like this, or do you always change the verb to be position?
I think it depends. You don't always do that. Sometimes it's considered understood.
Okay.
Yes. Like if you would say sit down, it's understood that I mean you sit down. So it just depends. I'm sorry to say that so many times. English is tricky.
Tá, então às vezes nós podemos falar isso de uma maneira informal, mas é meio que entendível. O correto seria colocar o verbo to be. Não vamos complicar muito no começo. Então, nesse caso, are viria antes, depois o they, depois o write. Thank you for the explanation, Leah.
Yes, absolutely. But you could say they're writers. You could say that informally, especially if you're like pointing. They're writers?
Okay.
You know?
By pointing. Okay.
It's just, understood that you mean are they. Okay, now let's talk about the negatives. No. Are you a banker? No, I'm not. Is she a teacher? No, she is not. Or you could say, no, she's not. Is he an actor? No, he's not. Are you chefs? Again, now we're in the plural. No, we are not. Or you could say, no, we're not. They're writers, or are they writers? No, they're not.
Right. I think here we covered a lot of things for today. I think you have a lot of explanation here for them.
Yes.
I think they're gonna have some busy week studying this video again and again and again. Pronunciation, let's say that. I think it's fine for here. Let me just explain to them about a little bit about the class, and after we just stop the live. Let's just give me some seconds, please.
Okay.
Então, pessoal, seguinte, aqui nós temos bastante conteúdo, praticamente 1 hora de aula, referente a esse conteúdo aqui do verbo to be. Acho que ficou bem explicado do jeito que ela explicou para vocês. Nós tentamos reforçar um pouco o entendimento. E caso você tenha alguma dúvida, depois repete esse vídeo, assiste de novo, treina a pronúncia, tá? Então, presta atenção na parte da pronúncia referente a esse vídeo. Isso é muito importante. A parte de ela está pronunciando a frase e você está repetindo, isso vai ajudar você muito a melhorar o seu inglês. cada vez mais. Então, para, assiste de novo, tenta entender, faz exercício se não deu tempo, pratique essa parte da pronúncia com a professora e depois vamos colocar mais e mais aulas aqui, ao vivo, o professor direto dos Estados Unidos, onde vocês vão estar vendo como é que é clássico nativo, como é que funciona. Também na escola nós temos, vou deixar aqui o link para vocês sobre o nosso Telegram, onde vocês podem aprender inglês gratuitamente. E nós temos também aulas de conversação com nativos em sala de aula. Professores como Lia, que é dos Estados Unidos, Inglaterra, África do Sul e Austrália. Espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa live. Espero ter ajudado vocês a aprender inglês. And let's say bye to them, Lia. I think you can just finish with that.
Yes, thank you everyone for being here. Hope to see you again.